With some bridging, we'll start on our back and we're going to curl up, lift your hips and lower your hips. We'll start with some bridging to wake up the glutes and to wake up the spine. Your hips are level and we're going to curl that lumbar spine and just take a couple more here to wake up the back for the bridging, and then we're going to stay up. Leave your hips up and hold for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lower your hips down and take your hands behind your back. Now lift up your feet, well hello, and do rotations, crisscross rotations. Now we're going to do 30, and your hands are behind your head so that you're got a little neck support, but the shoulder blades should be off enough that you are feeling your abs. Now we're going to do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The abs should be feeling warmer. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to mix this up a little bit. So now you're going to lift up one leg and you're going to do a single bridge, 10 repetitions. So one leg's in the air, one leg is doing 10 repetitions of the hamstring bridging. And then we're going to take that foot down and now the other leg's in the air. So now we're going to do 10 single leg bridges. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're going to take both legs up. Lift up your shoulder blades and just do 20 of these single leg stretches. So if your hands behind your leg, if you feel like the neck needs more support, you're going to put your hands behind your head instead of your thigh. Otherwise, let's take 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. And now put both feet down, curl your spine up, leave your hips up, and take the right leg in the air. And we're going to do leg pulling with this leg in the air. Inhale and exhale. Now we're doing 5 more, and 4, and 3, and 2. Come on in. We've been doing some bridges. And then take this other foot up. So we've been doing some bridges and now we're on the single, but if you're just joining, you might want to start with your doubles so that you can get warmed up and check in the muscles that are working and your even hips. 2. And then now your foot's going to come down. Inhale. Lower down, and let's take a ankle to thigh stretch. So reach your hands through, and then you might add a little rock. 10. Breathe in. Let out all the tension. Inhale. And then we are going to take it to the other side. Ankle to thigh, reach your hands through, grab those fingers. 10. All right, we're going to take another inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to send one leg down long. So your left leg's long, your right leg's up. Now we're just taking 5 leg circles each way. Your goal could be to make a huge range of motion if you don't have any clicking or discomfort. You're also trying to keep your ribs down and your shoulders down. Now we're going to go the other way. So take 5, 4, 3, 2. Now this leg that's in the air, just take a few of these point and flex motions. And I like to add the toes spreading and then add ankle rolls. And then add ankle rolls the other way. We want flexible feet and ankles for balance and for preventing pain in the joints. All right, let's switch the leg. The one that was up is now down. The one that was down is now up. Take 5 of those circles. Breathe in. And the circle is you self-regulate, you self-select. How big is it? Pain-free, should feel good. 3, Yeah, 4. A little bit of ab tone going on, right? And then the hands are going to help the leg stay in the air and point flex, but it's more of a articulating through your foot, like your whole foot is getting some movement, not just folding at the ankle. Try some circles with your ankle. Try some circles with your ankle. Nice. Breathe in and then hug those little legs in. Now we're going to take a little right and left. 5, 4, 3, 2. You can pop up and then grab a sip of tea. Mine's over here, sorry. Grab a sip of tea or whatever you're doing, and then we'll grab a forearms plank. And if you prefer hands, you're certainly welcome to. But a forearm plank is the offer, but you can always go to your hands. So hold 20, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, 15, 19, and then 20. Now your pelvis is down. At first you might be in a sphinx, and then when you feel warmed up, press your way higher. This is now swan. Really good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to put those moves together. So you're going to be on your forearms, and then you're going to lift your hips up and back, and then you're going to come into a plank. Or 2 moves together, I should say. Plank, dolphin, plank, dolphin. You're going to feel your abs. Plank, dolphin, plank, dolphin, plank, dolphin. We have one more set. These are strong, powerful moves. And then your hips come down. You're on your forearms. Or if you'd like, push yourself up, swan. Nice. Good. You got it. That's it. And hold 10. Neck is soft. 5, 2, and then 1. We're going to do another forearm plank. This time we're going to shift forward and back like you're going through a tube. Curl your toes, shift up, go forward and back. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the abs. 6, 7, 8. Breathing. 9. Lower your hips and either stay in swan, or sphinx or swan. Press up. 10, 4, 5, 6. Upper back's looking great. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Now we're going to lie on the arms or the forearms, your hands, and then lift up your left leg all by itself, and then lift up your right leg. So you're doing a hamstring extension, alternating legs. Try to keep your hips pretty stable. They're not rocking. Try to keep your neck and shoulders out of the hip extension. Lift a little higher if your hips have warmed up. Breathe. And then to bonus, both of them lift and they both flutter off the floor the whole time. 10 more. And then you're going to curl your toes. Now the challenge is your hands go beside your ribs and you push up and then you go into down dog. Otherwise, get there any way you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab a sip. We're going to do a little bit for the arms now, and plank was a way to warm them up. We're going to be doing push-ups somehow. So one way is up on the wall. One way is in all fours, kind of like a quadruped, and one way is knee back. You could also be on your toes. So shoot for 10 of somethings, but let your abs help you. Good. 1, that's it. 2, 3. Feel your abs helping you. 4, 5. Feel your head pull back. 6, 7, 8, 9. Pushing the floor away. And then you can take a child pose and bend the elbows so you have a little tricep stretch. And then we're going to do a reverse one. So this is more triceps. So your hands, one option, Michelle, you might like to do this on the chair. Anyone could do it on the chair and drop their hips off the edge. Or you go into a reverse table, bend your elbows, and then straighten up and lift the hips. Now we're going to do 15 here. Inhale and exhale. 4. Now, that was 5, so if you want to add on, lift a leg up and do 5 more on one leg. And then do 5 more on the other leg. And then recover any way you want. We're going to do a hand stretch. So you can clasp hands with yourself, also a wrist stretch. So mobility, synovial fluid, and the other way. Nice job. Those were 2 arm exercises. Now we're going to go into a side plank. So it's still your arms, but it's a little bit more core too. So we have one elbow down. If you ever want a hand plank, you're welcome to. 10, 2, 3, good. 4, nice. 5, it's like you're up against a wall. 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower the hip. Now we're going to go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Lower that down. Now we're going back to side planks. This is where we add on, but your modification is just to stay in a side plank. So we'll take this one 8 times down through the window that is below. You can also do this extra stretch at the top where your hand goes beyond your body. Breathe in and exhale, breathe out. And 5, hips stay the same though. 6, 7, 8, and then lower, we're going to do that 8 on the other side. Elbow down and up. So you're going to rotate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you got it. Very good. All right, great. We have one more on this side plank series. So we're breaking up these sections. So on this one, we're going to do some circles with the arm. Think about mobility. We'll do 5 each way and just as big a range of motion as your shoulder can take without pain. So if, Michelle, you're having any pain, just decrease that range of motion. 5 the other way. Head back. Good. It should feel wonderful. The scapula should move. And I'm doing one more for a bonus. And this is going to be 5 and 5. Let your elbow be directly underneath your shoulder. You're going to go into 5 circles. 3, 4, 5 the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Let that go. Nice job. We'll add a little bit for the obliques this time. So I'm going to start on the left arm down. One arm's a pillow. Now the hand could go here for feedback. We're changing the way we work the core. So instead of the arm, and this is always a good backup plan if you have shoulder tension or discomfort, take 10 more. Feel this pull in. 4. You're lifting up your legs with your waist. Then we're going to the other side and we're trying to work our waist. And I'm just going to move my mic a little bit, but you're going to do 20 with your hand here if you want that feedback. Go up a little higher than you think. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No neck tension, no masseter tension. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we come up to a second set of frontal plane obliques. So similar, but knee out. Fingertips going to be near your temples for a position to start. And if you need it easier, your hands are low. And if you need it harder, your hands can be higher. So we're working in a frontal plane. So we always try to mix up how we're working the core. We don't just do ab crunches, or we do planks. We do planks in all angles. And we do some things without the shoulders involved. So then you have plenty of ways to work it, and it has to adapt. You're going to add 10 of these with the rotation. The challenge here would be to try not to let your arms throw forward. Your torso does the work. Your arms are just a weight for your torso. Breathe in. 8, 9. Now we're going to just switch it up. We'll stretch in a moment. So at this moment, just switch your legs. Breathe in. We'll go into the side lateral flexion. Lower hands is easier. Higher hands is harder. Good. Keep that hip open. It's tempting to fold, but you don't want to. You may pretend your back's against a wall. Now we're going to add a rotation. So dip, turn. Dip, you're facing me, and then you're facing your foot. Breathe in and out. 4, and turn. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, 10. Now, grab a sip if you want. We're going to do a couple of stretches for those areas. Select which way you'd like to sit on the floor. I haven't looked into it, but I was told that in the blue zones, those cultures are always sitting on the floor. So I don't know yet. I'll look, but it sounds good to me. It's good for us regardless. So 10. I don't mean always sitting on the floor, but when they sit, they often sit on the floor. You feel how your body gives into it, and you can go a little deeper. And then inhale, face front, and go the other way. Your lumbar spine only has 5 degrees of rotation, so the majority of this stretch is coming from the thoracic spine. But you feel how it can go a little deeper, especially with that exhale. And when you come back, you may just hold your leg with your opposite arm, or if you feel like you get a better stretch here, you can do that. The breath really helps this stretch. Add on your wiggles, your movements. Take an inhale, and then on your exhale, switch it up and stretch through the fingers. Four, 3, 2. We're going to do one more of these stretches before we add on. So all of these would be in the unit of it's good for the back, it's good for the spine. So lift up. Your spine every day would like to have lateral flexion like we just did, half moons, rotation, a thoracic extension like this, a flexion, and axial extension, which is posture. So we're getting those movements here. The back, it really would like those movements every day. Breathe in, and then exhale, and then you can grab a sip if you'd like. We're going to do a little bit of functional task. I saw another, we always know this, but it's really important to be able to get off the floor without our hands. So I saw another one that's like, we're doing this every day, every week. So I'm going to offer that you come up any way you can, but I'm going to offer different ways. So one way is you're kneeling. Remember, it's okay to use a yoga block. You go to your toes, and you try not to use your hands, and then you stand. Now, I'm gonna offer all sorts of ways. So if that doesn't work, it's okay. You lower, and you never wanna thud into the wall. You're soft, really good, and then back. And then I'll offer just a little bit of a extension. All right, that was one. Now another one very similar is right foot forward. My left foot is actually active here. Yeah, and then you stand. Your left foot's back, because we're gonna do it both ways. You lower, good, and then you can lower like this, or you can turn. I'm just gonna show it this way. Left foot could be on the floor. Your right foot does help, and you push up. And then together, right foot down, pet your rescue doggy, and then down. Good. Another way is when you're seated, you take your right ankle in front, like your left leg is at crisscross, and then you can stand up, foot back, right foot ahead, and then you sit down crisscross. Now I'm gonna switch it up, and yeah, that one's harder, isn't it? And that's okay. Do what you can, or use one hand and say, okay, that's my goal, to only use one hand, right? So now I've got my left foot forward, and you see how I'm manipulating my body, and my left foot's on the floor. My right foot is active. I'm not just hanging out. It's pushing. And then I'm together. That is it. That's it. Betty, that's it. So it's kind of like a squat after that. You know, like how we do the two-legged. You come down. Good. Another way to get up. Right ankle in front of left, like crisscross applesauce. And then I'm just petting her, and then you push up. You're sitting, or sorry, you're standing. Right ankle in front of the left. I'm lowering. Remember, this is where you might like a yoga block. Or the other way is left ankle in front of right. My brain always wants to do the right leg first. It's just more awkward. I'm more right hand dominant. That's okay, Betty? Good. And then, yeah, promise me you don't break your wrist on the functional test, though. That's all. Now, so we did all the ways that I can think of. I mean, there is another way where you kind of get up like this and you use your hands, but eventually the goal is no hands. We're gonna do some jumping drills, so I'm gonna tilt my camera up, so get up any way you want to. These are more, a couple things. Bone density, really had some great gains. Good idea, Michelle, we'll grab a sip. Bone density and pliancy. You know how you see like little kid goats fall off the roof and they don't hurt themselves? Well, we want that elasticity. So I'm gonna do calf raises. I do a little, here's one, you know, take which one you need, but calf raises would be a good first one because it's telling you, all right, there's my calves. I'm warming up my joints. I'm warming up my tendons. Good, and let's add toe rocks. So you're gonna lift your toes. This would be a great backup plan if the other exercises that are coming don't serve you, but this is just really good. Now, pretend you're jumping ropes. I'm landing like an animal, soft and elastic. All right, all that's good. You can kind of do like right, left, so I'm kind of like more weight on one. I'm not totally on one, but I'm just kind of more weight like this with my feet, soft. All right, now this is where it gets bone density. I'm gonna jump 6 times. We're gonna jump 6 times. Think as high as you can. Arms are ready, and 1, 2, I'm looking at you, 3, 4, 5, 6, good. And then you can just kind of walk it out. The next one is where you open up your legs and your feet, or shoulder. If your shoulder's bothering you, keep your arms in. Starfish, but you land neutral. So when you're ready, 1, 2, 3, bone density, 4, 5, 6. Hip, hip, hooray for bone density. Now this one's gonna be like a tuck. Your knees come in. So when we do it, 6 of these, I'm actually gonna start with my arms up so it feels like I wanna come together when I lift. So inhale, 1, kind of like that, 2, 3, 4, and it's neurology, 5, 6. Now this one's gonna be heels towards the back. Doesn't have to be big, it's sort of just changing your brain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of it was heart rate and all it was brain. Go back to single calf raises, or go to single calf raises. Try 10 each way. Tell your heart rate to get down, your breathing to get long. If you don't have time for a cardio, that would do it, just to get touch base. 10 with the other calf raise. 10. Knee long on the working leg. Nice. Now, totally up to you, but I'm going to show it in layers. Jump rope. You can do right, left, jump rope. See, I'm just barely shifting. Or 10 rights in a row. Land soft like an animal. 10 on the left. 10 on the right. 10 on the left. Now it's up to you, but 10 travel right. 10 travel left. 10 travel right. 10 travel left. All right, and then we do double together, double narrow. Double together, double narrow. 10, 10, 10, 10. So pretend you have a ladder or a hopscotch board and try your best to make it 10 and then 10. Now, if that went okay, you can make it higher. So it's up to you. And then recover with a walk in place. Well, I tell you the other one, there's that good heart rate. This is going to be wide, single, wide, single. So wide, right, wide, left. So pretend you have a ladder drill, an agility ladder. So it's right, double, left, right, left. Try 10 each way to 40 altogether. Right, double, right, left, again, right. So kind of like hopscotch, left for your brain. And then, good. Nice. I'm going to add another one and think like you're on hot coals and pretend there's a ladder. You're going to go in, out, in, out, out. So fast coals. In, out, in, out. Turning, in, out, out. Fast coals. So you're being pliant and fast twitch. Pretend you have a ladder. You have to go out of the ladder, in the ladder, out of the ladder, in the ladder. In. One more set. And then see how that went. Whew. This, while we're here, is going to be push-ups with a spring. So I'll kind of show you. I know I'm at the back, but push away and then land like you would jump, springy. 10 of those. Just make sure your hand's clean if you don't want to wipe your wall later. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Grab a sip. We're going to do some leg strengtheners. I do want to offer that if you ever need a backup plan, calf raises again are really good. Most people don't have any trouble with those. So at first, a squat, self-selected. And Betty, that's why I think you could get off the floor easier, because we've been doing these. So once you got to this point, your body knew what to do. So I'm just holding 10. I do like a little chin tuck because I don't like my neck to feel stressed here. Feel like both legs are even, guys. 3, 2. Now you're going to stand. I like to just make sure my blood pressure's settled. There it is. Now 10 in a row. You go how low you feel like you can. Both feet. I like them roughly underneath the hips. We're all built a little different. You might like a little turnout. I'm pretty femur neutral. So it's like 0 to 10 degrees is usually anatomical neutral. So I want you to self-select
5, where you feel like your bones are happy when they're bending, or when the joints are bending. 7, 8, notice how your arms kind of come in front naturally. Notice how your knees are not drooping in. I'm looking for that. Okay, so that was 10. Now we're going to do a self-selected single squat hold. So you can come down. Now one foot can either lift or put it in a single place. 10, good. 2, that'll do. 3, 4, 5, that's okay. 6, 7, 8, that's it. 9, and then stand up. Way to stick with it. That was really good. Take a full breath. Ooh, I can feel my heart rate, huh? Okay, self-select. Ankle to thigh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, there you go. And on your exhale, come up. Graceful. Grab a sip. These next ones are potentially big ones. We're going to do single squats as low as you feel like you can. I want to clarify, when you go down on these, you're not going to be straight up and down. Your body has to move some. Okay, so let your pelvis do what it needs to do. I'm going to be holding on to something. So I recommend just a table, anything, lifting up a foot so it's in a bend. Now, you bend the knee, you're going to self-regulate. But if you go low, you're going to have to tilt forward and then come up. Maybe you'll put a block underneath your knee. Maybe you'll just gauge. I'm going to try to touch my other shin to the floor or other knee. But I've got this wall here, so I'm not in any trouble. 5. Good. There you go, Michelle. Yep. 6. We're doing 10 on each. Rest if you need to between reps. 7. You'd rather have good sets than worn out. 8. Knee falling in. 9. 10. And then when you're ready, all you're going to do is switch sides and hold the door. But stand up every time, Betty. Make sure to hip extend every time. I'm exaggerating, but make sure you don't stay folded, that you're up. Now 10. So you go down and up, hip extend, like someone's taking your picture. 2. Yeah, I'm probably exaggerating my extension. 3, because it's so easy to accidentally stay flexed here. 4, but you want to be upright. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Nice job. Now, totally up to you. You're going to go down and squat. I forgot to show this as a way to get up and down, didn't I? So, okay, everybody looks good. We'll go ahead and make it passive. You might stretch your hands out here. I stapled my middle finger, so I'm not going to do it right straight. I'm going to hold it to the side. All right, then when you're ready, you're going to do an active squat. So I'm going to try not to use my hands and then come up. Woo! Okay, take a breath. Single leg balance. 1 foot up, calf or inner thigh. All these are really functional. As I talk, I lose my balance. All these are really functional youth, functional aging. You know, instead of lifespan, health span. Like, how good do you feel as we're going through life? We want to feel good. Okay, so if you want it with a higher lever, you can. And if your shoulder's bothering you, Michelle, don't worry about it. 10. So you guys are really good at these because we do them so much, so we'll add on something fun. All right, now, totally up to you, but your option is hands at the heart. Now, whatever knee's in the air, you're going to rotate your torso away from it. You almost have to open the knee up so it doesn't go along for the ride. 10. Breathe in. Rotate to the front of the room. And then lower Awesome. Now we're going to do that same two functional task. So one is a tree, basically static one-legged balance, which is a huge predictor of falling or not falling. So we want this one. I'm also looking for the hips are level. You're not kicking a hip out. The rings are aligned. So clavicle over rib, rib over pelvis. So all this is looking good. 5. You're tall. This is axial extension, tall. Take a full breath, and then the possible add-on, hands to your heart. Now, whatever knee's in the air, you go the other way with your torso, but not your legs. For 10. Breathe in. You're going to rotate to the front of the room. Lower. Good, Michelle. Way to catch it. And then one more functional task here. So pretend you're on a tightrope. Now, I do want all 10 toes forward. So I know it's going to be easier if you were to do this, but you want 10 toes forward. All right, once you have that, notice what foot's in front. I'll just say right. You're going to do 3 rotations. So this is level. Hips are level. 3, a rotation is right and left. And try to go a ½ an inch more than you thought you could on the rotation. And push through the feet. Push through the feet. 3 total. And then when you're ready, you come back. So notice how that felt. Left foot forward, right foot back. Okay, all toes are forward. It's easy to go turn out, but you don't want to do that. All right, 3 total rotations. So a right and a left is a rotation, is a set. So we'll do 3 sets. Try to stay parallel to the floor, like you're watching where the water meets the beautiful sunset at the beach. Whoops, one more. Hang in there. You're upright, you're breathing. You're going a ½ an inch more than you thought you could. Ah. And then lower. Nice. This one's for knee health and balance. So pretend you have a yoga block on the floor near you, and knee's going to be doing micro squats, knee tracking. So you lift up, you barely touch the toe front, your body's back. You barely touch the toe behind. You lift up. 2. This left leg is working. 3. I'm going to look at you. 3. Good. Touch toe front. 4. And if you lean back, it's harder. If you lean forward, it's harder. We're doing 10, and I just touched a little long, but pretend like you have hot coals. 7. Good. You can tell it's a little different when you change your body. 8. 8. 9. 9. Shooting for 10 on one leg. 10. 10. And then we're going to switch it up. So I was just using a yoga block. That's good. You can imagine one or you can use one. Lift up. So you want hips level when you lift. Tap the toe front. Lift up your knees. You need hip flexion. It's really important to prevent back pain. 2. 3. Lean way forward if you feel like you can do more. And way back. 5. 5. Oops, I looked at you and I lost my balance. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. And then 10. Awesome job. Now we're going to go back down. I'm going to remove the block. We're going to go down to the floor, but we're going to try not to use our hands. So you might self-select which way are you doing, 1 foot back maybe. And then I'm going to meet you down there and we'll grab a sip. Okay, good. Lower. Good job, guys. We've got some back extensions to do, which is my favorite. We touched on it earlier with a little swan, but now we're going to get busy. We're doing 2 things at once. So back extension plus rear deltoid. The hands are beside your hips. Now lift up your back and lift up your arms and lift up your legs. Now just try to stay up for 10. Now relax. This time come up with your body, your legs, your toes, and then add your arms going higher than your body 10 times. 1, 2, 3, in an I position. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Recover. Relax for a moment. You might even windshield wipe. And then we're going to add on the interlaced finger position at our low back. But if your shoulders have any discomfort with that, just leave them beside your hips. Come up, arms, come up knees, come up torso, come up toes. Breathe. Just hold. Recover for a moment. Arms out like a T. Now lift your torso, lift your arms, lift your legs. The extra move here is a T lift with your arms. So lift the arms 10 times like a T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Recover with the windshield wipe like a knees bending right, left. All right, this time we're going to try to take the arms like a Y and just hold. If it's too much, go to a prior. Lift up and just hold everything. Your arms are like a Y. 10, your toes are up, your knees are up. 3. And then recover for a moment. Windshield wipe. I'm sure you know, but the last set is going to be Y armless. So get ready. Lift up a little. Arms are like a Y. Now the arms go higher. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Recover, child pose. Toes under for a foot stretch. 5. Lower back down. And then we're going to do a bow or two. So bend the knees. Reach back for a foot or ankle. And come up. There you go. It's okay if you can just do the one. Yeah, that's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now lower, we're going to do it again, or the second foot. Or if you just need to avoid your shoulder pain, do what you can and hold up. Let's go. 10. Lower your legs, and we're going to take another swan. So sometimes I just like to do these towards the end of a session so that the rest of the day you have this fascial template, this reminder, this sort of, hey, this is what I'm going to be more used to the rest of the day, this lifted spine. Breathe into it. Inhale. And then exhale, child pose. Push your hips back. Rest. Nice job. We're going to do one more functional, but it's on the floor. It's a minute plank. Listen to your body. If you need to do less, if you need to do more, go for it. Grab a sip if you want. I'm going to use my timer, not my Pilates count, which can sometimes be off. Never. Okay, so I'm looking at the clock, so it's an actual minute. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so we're holding a minute, or the best you can do. Head is in line with the shoulder. You've got this ear in line with the shoulder. Your knees are energized. Your belly's not drooping. You're already a quarter of the way there. So keep going. About 25 seconds left. Hang in there. Strong thoughts. Head still pulling back. About 15 seconds. About 10 seconds. All right, hang in there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and a minute.
rest, and then push up. So good job. We haven't done those in a while. Felt like we needed them. You're welcome to do child's pose or you're welcome to do swan. I'm gonna cue both, but if you need a child's pose first, that's okay. Breathe in. All right, let's head back to child's pose. Push your hips back and recover. 5, knees bending where it's comfortable. 3, hands and knees, and you're in all fours. Now the right foot's up. If you can, the left hand reaches for the ankle and open up. So we're ending with some extensions. Keep pushing, keep lifting, keep opening. Inhale. And then switch it up. Your other hand to your other ankle. Lift up. Breathe. Inhale. And then exhale, let that go. Looking good, guys. We're going to take a moment. Feet in front. Lift up for balance. Now we did standing balance, but now we're doing a little seated. So your feet are off. Now if you can, let go. And then if you can, extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let your hands go to your feet somehow or your ankles. You can hold on to the big toe if you want. Shoulder blades are down. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 6. Now legs together, which is harder. So if you need to, you can bend the knees. 10, 2, 3. Shoulders are down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let the feet down, and then you can use your abs to slowly roll down, and then take your right knee over and your right arm out. So you're going to do a rotation. The left hand holds that down. Let go. Inhale. Exhale, go to the other side. So knee down, twist. We're going to take another inhale, and then we're going to come back. So the next one is that the feet are wider than the hips. Now the right inner knee drops down, and then the left ankle can rest on that thigh, and then the arms can come up. So you're letting go, releasing in the back as well as the internal rotator. Breathe in, and then on your exhale, go the other side so your feet are wide, your inner knee drops down, your right ankle picks up, and you're on the left thigh. Oh, is one side tighter? This is always nice to notice, and if it is, feel free to stay there. Yeah, you might keep your shoulder down to keep it safe, Michelle. Breathe in the nose and breathe in so deeply that your diaphragm, your rib cage, and your chest expand. Breathe in, and then let that go. Now I want to do a quad stretch next. So if you prefer to do this with a foam roller under you, you can grab it, or on your side. So That looks good, Michelle. Good, Betty. And then you just find your quads stretch so that one shin or one heel's towards your booty. Your ribs pull down most likely a little bit to protect the back. Your pubic bone pulls up. There's that full breath. And then let that foot come forward. Now the other one. So you could be on your side, you could be on your back, or you could be on your roller. Five, four, and then we're going to let that go, and we're going to take a hamstring stretch. So I know if you would like to take a wrap around your foot, you can, or put your sacrum underneath a block, you can do that. You can also just have the leg in the air. Yeah, and then you might cross the midline. We're going to touch these hamstrings. We'll go out to the side a little bit. And then we're going to take the other leg. So you can pour one leg to the floor. You can lift one up. You can take it across the midline. Take it out to the side a little bit. And then you can take any kind of restful position you'd like. If you'd like legs up on the wall or Shavasana, you can, maybe a bound angle. And just take a moment. We'll breathe in through the nose and fill up your belly, rib, heart. Let go of all tension, only replenishing thoughts or just replenishment, rejuvenation. One more breath in. And then as you're ready, you can slowly turn to a side if you'd like. And then slowly come up. So we'll keep that sense of peace on the inside. And when it's more dominant, we can set our intention to have that peace inside more dominant than any variable that's happening outside. So we'll just take a moment to notice that sense of clarity, well-being, rejuvenation, refreshment, and replenishment, and we'll keep that intention with us the rest of the day with so much appreciation. Good job, guys. So strong, very functionally fit, very functionally fit. It's really nice to see. Have a great Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow.